Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Energy and Infrastructure. Energy used in Ontario has shown a steady decline since 2005, when the peak surge was 27,000 megawatts. In 2009, the peak surge was just over 22,000 megawatts, and the years in between have shown a steady decline. Minister, with declining demand, is it really necessary to build the Oakville gas-fired power plant?
Exactly how
Minister.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate this question because it gives me an opportunity to publicly thank and commend our colleague Kevin Flynn, the MPP, for that area. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank him for his efforts to ensure that the voice of his community is being brought to this chamber. Exactly. I want to thank him for his efforts to work very closely with me to ensure that any of the concerns being expressed in this area about that project are being brought to our attention. And I can assure the member opposite and I can assure the member from Oakville that I will continue to listen very carefully to the concerns being expressed. We will certainly not ignore those concerns. We respect the voices from the community, Mr. Speaker, and we'll do all that we can to ensure that any of the concerns raised are fully addressed. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister, today hundreds of Oakville residents are coming to Queen's Park to protest the construction of one of the largest gas-fired power plants in North America. The Oakville-Clarkson airshed is already one of the worst in Ontario, causing the highest incidence of childhood respiratory diseases in the province. And yet, a full and independent individual environmental assessment has not been done on this site. Minister, your government has said it cares about health and safety. How can you move forward with this power plant without an individual environmental assessment?
Mr. Speaker, as always, Mr. Speaker, the party opposite simply refuses to change their policy. Mr. Speaker, they wanted this province to stick to dirty coal. Mr. Speaker, they haven't changed their policy one bit. We are for change, Mr. Speaker. We recognize the move to diversify our power mix. We recognize the need to diversify our energy supply. We recognize the need to attract green energy to this province. We recognize the need to invest in the modernization of our nuclear capability, Mr. Speaker, because that's emission-free. Mr. Speaker, we're determined to move from coal, and there are some tough decisions that will need to be made going forward, but I can assure the people from Oakville we will make sure that their voice is heard. We will listen to their concerns, Mr. Speaker, and we'll ensure that we move forward in a responsible but decisive manner. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.